Hello Malibon and hello CMU Sen. Welcome to the Tax at Live Season 101. Let us dive into the main topic of this phrase. The power to tax involves the power to destroy. This is a very interesting topic that we will go deeper into the reality of taxation. With the help of our special guest for today, we will be tackling about the reality of taxation and how it will apply into everyone here in Malibon. Welcome Miss Marco, Miss De Guzman, Miss Zulueta, Miss Perpena, Miss De Peson, Mr. Cachola, Mr. Hernandez, Mr. Molina, and Mr. Cabato. Welcome to the Tax at Live Season 101. Thank you for being us today. Now tell us, how do you understand this phrase? The power to tax involves the power to destroy.
As stated in the phrase, the power to tax is supreme, and some have been argued that the power to tax includes the power to destroy. The question is this really the case? Our Supreme Court has spoken and said that it should not be the case inasmuch as our Supreme Court has guaranteed due process. It should not be used to ruin us as a nation by imposing arbitrary taxation. There is no limit to the taxing authority because it covers so much ground. It's called a plenary tax because it can include anything from poll taxes to community taxes to taxes imposed on individuals. It can include rights such as income tax, which is the right to earn money, and it can include properties such as real property taxes. Always remember that if the power to destroy is employed exclusively for the goal of raising revenue, the power of taxation does not entail the power to destroy. This has relevance since it might be utilized as a tool by the police power to do the same. The power to tax may also encompass the power to destroy in this context. However, if it is utilized just for the purpose of raising revenue, it does not have the power to destroy.
If the favors of the higher rights, the supply and the demand cycle of economic activity in one country will progressively become one-sided. In the sense of supply, the cost of production will eventually rise, as will the selling price. The result, businesses will pass on the higher price to their respective consumer, and it will lead to the reduction in supply and sales. And of course, similarly, when the demand is more elastic than its supply, businesses will shoulder the majority of the tax burden. It is essential to balance the power of taxation in the hands of the decent individual in the government to prevent the power to destroy. When it comes to supply and demand, the power to tax entails the power to destroy, meaning the tax will play the significant part of this. It will decide the selling price of the item as well the production cost of the item. If the power of taxation is used to break the cycle of the supply and demand, the trading and exchanging of economic activity between the nation will suffer as a result.
This all means that the power to destroy and the ability to destroy and become worthless, and the ability to create. Therefore, it is obviously unacceptable to impose on one person the power to tax another. The government also has the power to control the constitution and the action of others. This is either determined to be in control of all of those powers or not. The power of taxation includes you with the power to destroy, which implies that the tax money can also help you gain more experience and have pretentious lifestyle, which is also like the cost of your life's room. Our entire industry was based on money. Also, if we use our tax money carefully, it will solve poverty and other problems in our country.
As I understand, The taxpayers and their taxes have a big role and contribution in the economy, and all the money being collected by the government is supposed to be spent properly and should not go directly into their pockets. One issue is that if that power to tax is placed in the hands of illegal and selfish individuals, they may destroy the entire economy as a result of their rash decisions. However, if taxes were placed in the proper hands, the economy would benefit and society would flourish. Yet, it all comes down to what kind of taxes is levied and who is responsible for collecting them.
The meaning of the phrases the power to tax also involves the power to destroy is that everything is fine as long as it is consumed in moderation. Also, any power that someone can wield has the power to destroy. If the authority of taxes fell into the hands of an unethical and greedy person, that person would have all the power to destroy the entire economy. Uneven taxation can lead to imbalances in inflation, supply and demand, tax rates, and so on. On the other hand, if the authority of tax is placed in the hands of clean and sincere people, it will most likely create many opportunities for the country's economic growth.
The power to tax is the power to destroy. The government, particularly those in the Senate who make laws about taxation, will destroy the entire state if the laws you make are about imposing or increasing the percentage of taxes in the country. Actually, giving a burden to someone can be detrimental. Their power to impose taxes will damage the country if there is no balance and they are abusing the power. The more the government burdens the people, particularly those in the Senate who make laws governing taxation, which is more about imposing or increasing the percentage of taxes in the country, the more the entire state will be destroyed. Giving individuals a burden can actually be counterproductive. Their ability to impose taxes will be detrimental to the country if there is a lack of balance and they are misusing that authority.
If the tax is used correctly, it can help a lot from this generation to the next. It can also be used to build many infrastructures, aid disaster victims, provide free education, and a lot more from the benefits of the people. When the tax is used in the wrong hands, it can be damaged, just as when it is not used correctly, it has the potential to destroy the economy of a nation. Well, for me, when it comes to employment, raising taxes is the last resort of governments to keep the country afloat during a recession. Raising taxes will result in less employment being created because the portion of the employee's salary or wages will be taxed, causing them to stop working, resulting in fall of corporate production. Thank you for helping us understand that phrase. Now, we will be hearing your personal experiences about that phrase. The power to tax involves the power to destroy.
Life with taxes is a small sacrifice for our benefits. Even though we are ordinary citizens, we also pay taxes on the items and services we purchase and use. An example of this is that every time I buy groceries, there is a minimal tax added. If I use any services such as food delivery services, they also have taxes. In my experience as an online seller here in Malabon City, the issue of tax for online sellers is settled. I felt devastated when I heard that since there were no guidelines at first. I felt like we could not survive anymore since it also pandemic. Until the guidelines from BIR clarifies that online seller who have annual earnings of 250,000 or below are exempted for paying taxes under the tax reform law. I know that taxes can be overwhelming and I understand how important taxes are now that we are facing pandemic. If we do not have the resources, we will not have the help we can provide during COVID-19 threat.
Here in Malabon City, we have experienced a huge change from the roads to the infrastructure that benefits us Malabonians. Malabon City's beautification has the right to the proper allocation of tax. The money we pay in taxes is spent in a variety of ways. Our tax funds support common resources like police and firefighters, in addition to supporting the wages of government employees. Tax dollars assist in keeping the road we use safe and well maintained. Public libraries and parks are supported by taxes. The benefit of a good project such as park rehabilitation is that we will experience magnificent sights in our city. In a simple city not far from a very famous location, you can find food parks that people are patronizing. My view is that it will have a major impact on future generations. In addition, I can tell you that this is just the beginning of the good governance we'll see in Malabon.
Thank you for sharing your experiences with us. I hope everyone who is watching this live learns a lot from it. Now the next topic is how we will apply this quiz again. The power to tax involves the power to destroy. Thank you again for those interesting answers. Well, it's time to wrap up and thank you for lending us your time. I hope everyone enjoyed this talk. Join us for another season. Again, I'm Marie Joy Barbosa, your host for today. Good day, everyone.